Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and we are back with our character creation. We're back with a cleric, this time a wood elf. Obviously one of the things about clerics is they need wisdom, and that's what you get with a wood elf. Plus we just did a high elf barbarian, so what better to swap to wood elf. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to get into this. So we're going to start with some stats. So clerics need wisdom followed by strength or constitution, whichever you prefer. So since wisdom has to be highest, we're actually going to put the 15 here and make it 16. It'll be our best stat. And plus, we get the dex, so one of our lower stats could go there if we wanted. And then for strength or constitution, I'm going to put con at 14. Just to get that +2 to health. And I'll give us a 13 in strength. That will give us a little bit of bonus, and that puts us right at average for adventuring statistics. The way that if you were to roll dice, if you rolled a flat 3d6, then the average would be 10, but because if you rolled 46, yes, sorry, I'm very early, the 3d6 make the average 10, but with adventures they get the 46 drop the lowest. So that raises up to about 12 or 13. So this is average for adventurers, and 10 is average for normal people, I guess. The normal is not the right word, but you understand my meaning. The people who don't adventure. 10 is about average for them. And then we get this +2 to dex. So what we could do is we could put the 8 in our dex. With the +2 would make it a 10. That would give us no bonus to armor class, and that would give us no bonus to initiative. But it would give us no negative modifiers. That is an option. Or if you feel like your cleric's not as charismatic or intelligent, or maybe you're like, you know what, I don't like whatever, strength, I don't care, make that the 8. You can do whatever you want. With this character, let's see, we'll get in all this stuff in a second. Why not? We'll go ahead, we'll put the 8 here, that'll make it a 10. That gives us a 10 in one of these, and then we get to put our 12 down. So we can choose which one of these gets the 12. So we'll have no negative modifiers. Let's see, for charisma you get things like persuasion, intimidation, deception. With intelligence you get things like arcana, history, investigation, religion. That would give us a bonus in our religion, which we get proficiency in with the Cleric and Alkalite combination. So I'm gonna go ahead, we'll put the 12 here. Put the 12 there, get a bonus, get a little bit to our religion, which is gonna be nice, having someone who knows that. You never know what you're gonna run into. But with that, we have all of our stats. So with this character, she will have no initiative bonus, and she'll have no bonus to armor class. So it's just her leather armor and her proficiency bonus, I believe. That's not correct. She doesn't get the proficiency bonus. I don't think you get that. I will double check. Let me double check how armor works, because I don't think you get a bonus. Oh, it's the shield. So I chose a shield for one of her things. So she has a mace and a shield, and then she has a light crossbow for range. If she can't get close to anyone, or if you want her to be someone who stays away. And then the mace and shield are for, extra protection. So she's a 13 with a shield. Shield gives a +2. So normally her armor class is 11. So you have to keep that in mind. I believe if you click on this little circle and you take off the equipped, yeah, it'll drop it. So whenever you're like, oh, I'm going to put on her shield, you can go there and you can add it on. Yeah, so we'll put that on. That's our max AC. Because we wanted to go with no negative modifiers this time. So that takes us to our health, which is 8, plus our constitution, which is 2, so that gives us 10. And we are making a level 2 character, so we get to roll our hit dice. We got an 8, 6 plus 2, so that makes our health an 18 at level 2, which is decent. That's pretty good. Obviously, you probably don't want her being, up close and personal. But obviously, this can change. You can change how I did this. It's just it's an option. So then we're gonna get into our things here. So because we'll start with our these. What are these? Features and traits. So obviously, because she's an elf, she gets dark vision, which we've gone over many times, along with our Fey ancestry, entrance, and the weapon training, which is nice to get some extra weapons because of I don't believe clerics get very much. They get simple weapons. So this will give you, open it. Longsword, short sword, short bow, and long bow, which I believe all of these are martial weapons instead of simple. And then because of wood elf, we get the fleet of foot, which gives us the 35 speed. And because of elf, you get the perception. And then we get Shelter of the Faithful because of Acolyte. I did not fix this at all, it's fine. You command the respect of those who share your faith and can perform the religious ceremonies of your deity. You and your adventuring companions can expect to receive free healing and care at a temple, shrine, or other established presence of your faith, though you must provide any material components needed for spells. You can find shelter there, basically. And we're going to get into domains. So there are 7 domains in the player's handbook. When we have officially gone through those 7, I will actually add in the 2 other domains from Xanathar's guide. I will cover those. Those will be only ones from Xanth that I will cover. Class-wise, I do want to try to stick as much to player's handbook as possible, just to make these rounded out for anyone who may not have that information. So I am gonna go ahead and do the 2 cleric ones from Xanth, but that'll be it. As far as I know, maybe I'll start branching out as we get into higher levels, but you can expect player's handbook content only for now. So back to our divine domain, I chose nature, which I didn't put anything there. And then at first level, you learn 1 druid cantrip of your choice, and you gain proficiency in animal handling, nature, and survival. Which did I choose? Oh, I didn't choose any of them. I left that there so I would remember to choose one of these. So really you can choose any of these that you like. It all depends on how you want to play your character. So say, like, instead of taking the Acolyte background, you took Urchin. Urchin actually can have, I believe in one of their equipment options is a pet mouse. So then you could have like animal handling to like get your mouse to do things or whatever. You can mess with that. That also helps with things like if you're working with like a horse and a cart, get the animal to listen to you. Or maybe you run into a wild animal and you're trying to get it, like convince them to, leave you alone. Animal handling. Obviously nature kind of makes sense for wood elves just because that's where they come from. They live in the forest. They know things about nature and how they work. And then survival, which is things like being able to, make sure you're going the right direction, you don't get lost, find food, hunt, that kind of thing. So you could choose that depending on what your cleric does. It all depends on your backstory. So really any of those you could choose. For now, I'll go survival because wisdom is going to be our highest stat. So that's going to be really useful. Now, if you have a ranger, you could go nature. Because rangers, they rely on having the survival skill. So you can also play off of what is also in your party. But I'll put survival for now. And then with second level, we get some channel divinities. You get 1 per rest at second level. So you gain the ability to channel divine energy direct from your deity, using the energy to fuel magical effects. You start with 2 such effects, which are Turn Undead and an effect determined by your domain. Some domains grant you additional effects as you advance in levels, as noted in the domain description. When you use your channel divinity, you choose which effect you create. You must then finish a short or long rest to use your channel divinity again. So it's only 1, but it does reset if you take a short or long rest, which is nice. Some channel divinities effects require saving throws. When you use such an effect of your class, the DC equals your cleric's spell save DC. And then at 6th level, you can use your channel divinity twice. And at 18th level, you can use it 3 times. So we'll go over each effect. So Turn Undead. You present your holy symbol and speak a prayer, censoring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw, and if the creature fails, is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage, and it must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. And then because we did nature this time, we get channel divinity, charm animals, and plants. So you can use your channel divinity to charm animals and plants as an action. Present your holy symbol and invoke the name of your deity. Each beast or plant creature that you can see within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails, it is charmed by you for 1 minute or until it takes damage, and while it's charmed, it is friendly to you and other creatures you designate. So, very nice to have. Being an elf, you get common and elvish, and then I believe with acolyte, you get 2. It's the acolyte that gives you the 2 extra languages. So these extra languages will change depending on what you choose. They get all simple weapons, plus those said in the elf weapon training, and then you get light or medium armor. Because we are proficient in the perception, our passive perception is up quite high, which is nice. And this will jump as you gain levels if you have the 5 and then the 6 and we went over spells at first level. And then you can look to any other druid videos that I've done on some cantrips that are a good idea. Obviously, if you have like a theme for your cleric, you can choose any of them. Maybe you want just a useful spell. It doesn't necessarily have to be damage. You don't have to choose any damage cantrips. That's up to you, but you know, all up preferences. Let's see. So you get a holy symbol, a prayer book, 5 incense, vestments, some common clothes, mace, leather armor. Some of these things you get to choose. So things that you get to choose. So it can be a mace or a warhammer if you're proficient with the warhammer, because some of the domains will give you the ability to wield that. And then scale mail, leather armor, or chainmail if you're proficient. Between the scale mail and leather armor, I chose leather because scale mail gives you disadvantage on stealth. And if you're willing to risk that, go ahead and do the scale mail, get a little bit bonus, especially if you do put the 8 here with the +2 from Wood Elf, if you were to make something similar to this. You know, if you don't have a dexterity bonus, it's good to go with something that's going to be more silent. And then the light crossbow and bolts, or any simple weapon, so these can change depending on what you want. Then a priest pack or explorer's pack. I always choose explorers. And then you get a shield and your holy symbol. I believe you get 2 holy symbols if you stack the cleric and the acolyte, but you can have 2 if you want. I tend to just keep one of them, and the other one you could have it sewn into your glove, or because you have to present a holy symbol with a lot of spells, so if you just had it on your glove, you could have it sewn in, and then you could have the necklace, or if you've got you can make it a bracelet, you know, all sorts of fun stuff. But with that is going to end our little video here. So if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment if you would like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!